Hi guys, and welcome back to Learn Golf with Cassie. I'm very cold right now because it's almost Halloween and it's dropped about 10 degrees. And today we will be working on pitching because, as you could see in our golf vlogs in September when it was nice and sunny, I had to work on a bit of my pitching. So, I'm going to use my 9-iron, and I've just warmed up, and I'm going to do some pitching and see what my swings are, my first swings are for the first 2 weeks since the vlogs. So, yeah, off the deck.
Okay, welcome back to Learn Golf with Cassie. So you've seen Cassie do a bit of warm-up. That's the first few shots she's had in 2 weeks because we've been busy at home and we've had lots of vlogs online, so you've been able to watch Cassie on course. She did pretty well on course, but there was a couple of areas that we haven't worked on yet, but which we're going to work on now. And that was the pitching for basically about 40, 50, 60 yards, and Cassie was struggling with that. And she was playing a shot where basically it all looked good up to here. She got down to the ball and then just stopped. We're not sure, maybe it was just being on the grass, not willing to release it. So here's the shot, just stabbing it in there, stopping the body going nowhere. Now you just saw a minute ago when she was doing her practicing, she was doing everything right. The club was going past her body and going round. She was playing some really nice shots. So she was doing this. And everything was going out toward the fairway. But when she was on course, she was doing this. And the body wasn't, the club wasn't going past the hands. The hands weren't pulling her around, and so she was doing, they looked okay. They would fly up in the air, but they would be probably 20 yards short. So she was just sort of stopping here. So what we're going to do today is try and teach Cassie pitching, a controlled pitch shot and a controlled pitch swing, which is not the full shot, but she has the movement that makes it, the club goes all the way around her body. Okay, so if you watched the video we did on chipping, one of the things we looked at was the setup of the body and moving our weight a little bit to the left, which brings the bottom of our circle from here to a little bit further to the left, so the club's going to hit the ball first, then brush the grass. So what happens is, you can see the club here. When we're in normal address, we bottom out here, but if we're putting our weight a little bit to the left, what happens is it brings the club, the bottom of the swing moves forward a little bit in front of the ball, so you end up hitting the ball just on the down. The ball goes up the club face and flies off, and then the grass is brushed ahead of where the ball was. So you're making ball first, contact, and then brushing the grass afterwards. Okay, do the same thing for longer pitches. That was just a little chip. This is long pitches. So Cassie's going to get to her, stand up, put the club in front of her, and then set up by putting her weight and tilting her left shoulder a little bit toward the left, and instead of being straight up, now we're tilted a little bit left and then bending down from that position. Now we've got the weight on our left side and we're going to catch the ball first and then the grass afterwards. Sometimes you say put your weight on your left side, so they do this and they actually drop the head behind. So we want to make sure the shoulders and the head move a little bit in front of where the ball is. So that will make sure that we have ball first contact and the bottom of the swing is ahead of the ball. We've got the ball, we've got the stick here, and we're going to be doing what we did before, just a little bit tilting to the left. That brings the bottom of the arc forward, and then we bend from. And I just want to practice getting the club to bottom out ahead of the ball, which means you're coming down and you're not going to hit this pink alignment stick, and you're going to be brushing ahead of the ball. If I come down too much too soon, I hit the little stick and you hear that. Then you can go to the ball. And you could hear the ball getting hit first, and the ball goes first and flies off, and then you brush the grass. So Cassie's going to do this drill. We're trying to develop the skill, the setup, and then the skill of making sure that the club bottoms out ahead of the ball. And we make perfect ball contact. So Cassie's going to have a go at that now. Perfect contact. Okay, Cassie,
Yeah.
but I want you to do the drill.
Oh, that one.
Here, over the stick, and then when you brush the grass 4 or 5 times, you can move up to the ball.
Right.
What's it? Brush the grass. Okay. Set up again. No. Bend once you set up. As you get set up again. Set up again. Set up again. Okay. Do tilt. No tilt. Just look, and now you bend to here. Okay. Not so much that. And now you can brush. Keep your posture. Make sure you're down and brushing the grass. That's it. Okay. Your weight should be on the left side. Perfect shot. Perfect shot. Okay, let's do another couple. Okay, Cassie's doing this. She's getting to here, and then she's hitting it back here. So that as you tilt, and your shoulder tilts, and your head moves a little bit ahead of the ball, then you bend from there, and that puts you on this side of the ball. And so now my weight is still on this side. But if you do this, Cassie, and then when you go down to the ball, you go back to where you were, your setup is being wasted because you've done this, and then when you go down, you kind of go back to the middle. We want to make sure the weight and the tilt is on here, and then you're brushing ahead of the stick. Okay? So we're not hitting the ball a long way, we're just getting to learn where the ball and the club bottom out. Nice shot, really nice shot. Okay, another couple. Cassie, 1 second. As you tilt, you don't need to shift your weight over so much. It's more of a tilt rather than a shift, because now your weight is too far this side and you've got no balance. So do it again. Set up again. Okay. And then it's just tilt a little bit with your head back a little bit. Not quite so much. These are just small movements. They're not big movements. They're just just a little bit of a tilt. Okay? If you do that, then you're going to be too far over.
Not this.
No, not this. So we hold it out straight with our arms up straight. We just tilt with the shoulder a little bit to the left. So it's not like that, it's just a little bit. And now our weight is over the left side. We can do it. That's it. Good.
Was that good?
That's a beautiful shot. Did it feel good?
Yep. It felt nice and crisp.
Very crisp, very clean. That was perfect ball contact first. Oh, now that was a beautiful shot. Loads of height, dead straight, and flew about 65. Thank you.
I don't even know how to bow. I just went like this.
Very nice. Let's have one more. You got away with it, but your weight was on your back foot. You were behind. As you saw today, it took a little bit of a while for Cassie to find the bottom of the swing, so it brushed ahead of the ball.
Yeah.
And so that was just trying to get her setup right. And obviously these things take time, so you have to practice them and make sure you're very deliberate in your setup.
Mhm.
So a couple of times she would be too far, and that happens when you're starting something new. Or a couple of times she'd be prepared perfectly for the practice, but when she went to the ball, her setup would change as she approached the ball, and she didn't redo it. But when she did the practice exactly as we set the task, she hit some absolutely beautiful 9-irons. If she'd done that on the course when we played the course vlogs, she would probably have saved 10 to 15 shots in one round. So we're going to practice this in the next couple of weeks. So this was set up and making sure the club is making the right kind of contact with the ball, then the grass. In next week's video, we're going to look at how we're going to pivot on our left leg for really consistent pitching. Okay, back to Cassie.
Remember to like, subscribe with the button down there. Share to friends if you want and you think they would like to watch the video. And comment if, really comment if you have already learned a few things since the beginning of our channel. And so, bye!